Meet Alex Johnson, a 38-year-old entrepreneur who had made Portland his home for the past 10 years. Over that decade, Alex built a thriving business and a life with his wife, Sophia, a 34-year-old marketing executive known for her brilliance and drive. Together, they were raising two beautiful children, a boy and a girl. To anyone on the outside, they seemed picture-perfect. A successful couple with a solid marriage, a loving family, and a future paved in gold. Friends often envied their bond, remarking how strong they appeared, almost unshakable. But behind the polished exterior, cracks were beginning to show. Over the last 6 months, Alex noticed Sophia pulling away. She seemed distracted, distant, and more glued to her phone than ever before. She spoke often of late-night meetings, urgent work events, and occasional girls' nights. At first, Alex didn't question her. He trusted her. Yet it was the way her lips curved into secret smiles at her phone, the way she hid certain messages, and how her workload suddenly ballooned that set off alarms in his heart. He brushed it off, convincing himself he was overthinking, especially when friends reassured him that every marriage goes through phases. Still, as he lay awake at night beside her, he couldn't silence the uneasy thoughts that she might be hiding something much bigger than stress. The turning point came when Sophia's boss, Mark, a 40-year-old tech CEO, invited them both to an exclusive networking event at his lavish penthouse. Mark was the kind of man who radiated power, tailored suits, smooth charisma, and a sly grin that never quite reached his eyes. He appeared to have it all, but Alex couldn't shake the way Mark looked at Sophia, his hand lingering on her shoulder a moment too long during greetings. Alex dismissed it. After all, who would be bold enough to invite a husband to the same party if they were secretly involved with his wife? Yet a gnawing instinct told him to be wary. That night, the penthouse buzzed with elegant chatter. Guests in sharp attire sipped champagne as a live jazz band played softly. The view of Portland's skyline glittered through the massive glass windows. Sophia looked breathtaking in a sleek black dress, her hair and makeup flawless. Alex felt proud to stand beside her, though the weight in his chest refused to ease. Sophia floated through the room effortlessly, mingling with colleagues and of course Mark. Nothing seemed unusual at first. About an hour in, Sophia excused herself, saying she wanted to meet a friend in a quieter area of the penthouse. Alex nodded, masking his suspicion. He tried to distract himself by chatting with other guests, but the knot in his gut grew tighter. After 15 minutes, he couldn't resist. He slipped away quietly, navigating the wide halls until he reached a dimly lit garden terrace, tucked away from the noise of the party. That's when he heard it. Voices. One belonged to Mark, smooth, arrogant, slightly drunk. The other was unfamiliar, another man from the party. Alex froze, his pulse hammering as he leaned closer to catch the conversation. "I don't know how she pulls it off," Mark chuckled. "Sophia can slide out of her husband's arms and into mine like it's second nature. Last weekend was wild. We met at that waterfront hotel. You wouldn't believe what went down." Alex's stomach lurched. His breath hitched. He edged closer, hands trembling, forcing himself to keep listening. "Does her husband have a clue?" the other man asked cautiously. "You're risking everything, man." Mark replied with smug confidence. "Alex? He's too buried in his business to notice. Besides, Sophia knows how to keep things hidden. She's sharper than most women I've had." Those words were like knives. Alex's world tilted, his worst nightmare spilling out in front of him. His wife, his partner of 10 years, was betraying him with her boss. And to Mark, she was nothing more than a conquest. Rage coursed through Alex, but he bit it back. He wasn't going to explode. Not yet. He would be smarter than that. Over the next minutes, Alex pieced together more. Their affair had been going on for months. Sneaky hotel meetups, fake business trips, secret late-night calls. When Alex finally stepped away from the terrace, his mind was no longer clouded by doubt. He knew. And he knew what he had to do. That night, he returned home with Sophia, playing the role of the loving husband as if nothing had changed. He smiled, laughed, even held her hand. But behind that calm mask, a storm brewed. He would not confront her blindly. He needed undeniable proof. Over the following weeks, Alex became methodical. He installed hidden tracking apps on her phone, hacked into her emails, and even brought a private investigator on board. Piece by piece, the truth unfolded: screenshots of texts, intimate photos, hotel records, and phone logs. Every discovery ripped his heart apart, but at the same time, it hardened his resolve. He wasn't going to just expose them. He was going to make sure their downfall was complete. A month later, another of Mark's penthouse gatherings arrived, and Alex knew this was his stage. This party was even bigger, with high-profile guests, investors, and executives filling the rooms. Alex walked in with Sophia on his arm, the perfect husband mask firmly in place. She had no idea the walls were about to collapse around her. Midway through the evening, Alex excused himself. He approached the microphone, drawing the crowd's attention. Sophia, standing near Mark, looked confused but smiled politely. "I'd like to make a toast," Alex began, his tone steady. The chatter faded into silence. "To my wife Sophia. For a decade, we've shared a life, built a family, and created memories I thought would last forever." Sophia's smile faltered. Her eyes flicked nervously toward him. Alex continued, voice calm but cutting. "But sometimes the people you trust most hide secrets. Secrets that can shatter everything." The air grew heavy. Sophia's face drained of color. She took a step forward, panic rising, but Alex raised a hand to stop her. Then, with one click of a button, the massive projector screen behind him flickered to life. Gasps echoed across the room as images appeared. Photos of Sophia and Mark entering hotels, screenshots of their explicit texts, recordings of their phone calls. The evidence was irrefutable. Mark's polished mask cracked instantly. Sophia's knees nearly buckled. Guests stared in shock, whispers turning into outrage. Alex's gaze never wavered as he delivered the final blow. In the end, the truth always finds its way out. Tonight, it's no longer a secret. The fallout was immediate. Mark's reputation was obliterated. Within days, he was forced to step down from his company. Sophia lost her marriage, her social standing, and every ounce of trust she once had. Alex filed for divorce, secured full custody of their children, and walked away with his dignity intact. From the wreckage, Alex rebuilt. Stronger, wiser, free. His revenge hadn't just been in exposing the betrayal. It was in reclaiming his life, his peace, and his future. And that's where this story closes. What a journey! From suspicion, to heartbreak, to the ultimate reckoning. If this tale gripped you, make sure to hit that like button, share it with friends, and drop your thoughts in the comments. And of course, don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell so you never miss another powerful story here on Reddit Stories Unveiled.